What is going on, all you beautiful people out there? So I've got another one for you today. So I know people that have been around the whole time on my channel are like, what are you doing? You've already done a Nightshade, a Mini Nightshade video. Yeah, I have. But this one is a little different. So I'm actually going to do a bit of a disassembly video on here, because I've got something extra special sitting right off screen here. So I was able to make some stuff happen, and you guys know that my colors are blue and black. So now I have blue and black hardware or spacer and thumb stud to go on my Mini Nightshade. So I'm going to kick into a little bit of fast forward here in just a moment. But first thing I want to do is we are going to go ahead and put some Vibratite on the thumb stud. So I'll go ahead and get that prepped up here. I'm going to grab a little bit of alcohol, one of my microfibers. Hey, look at that. I actually remember the name of it this time. Microfiber. I don't know why I can't remember that whenever I'm unboxing a knife. It's the cloth thingy, my bobber. Alright, so just cleaning this off, clean off the threads. A little bit of rubbing alcohol. Get that cleaned up really good and get it dried. Get my cloth back over here. Shouldn't need that the rest of the time, but just in case, we'll leave it open and just move it over there. Go ahead and grab my Vibratite. So, just in case you're stumbling upon my channel for the first time, Vibratite VC3. This is the best thread locker you can use for a knife. Period. Full stop. And apparently it also works really well for gluing its own lid shut. Don't remember making it that tight. No worries. There we go. All right. Try not to get any on the outside of the lid this time. All right. So all I'm going to do is just paint a little bit on the threads, move it around. There we go. And I am just going to, actually I'm just going to try to set this over here on this little baggie. Hopefully it will stay there. There we go. All right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and disassemble this guy. We'll need T6 and T8. Let's see, are there liners in there on that side? Nope, so do not need to remove the pocket clip. Go ahead and we're spinning. That's okay. Alright, so this should just lift right off. There we go. Going to go ahead and remove the back spacer. I'm also going to go ahead and adjust this up one. Yeah, nobody wants to see me fight with this thing. It took way longer than it should have. Usually don't have a problem with these crossbar lock springs, these Omega springs. For some reason, this one fought me tooth and nail. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to go ahead and swap over to the other side and switch that Omega spring up to the stiffest setting on the other side. So something I do on these knives when they are the crossbar locks, especially if they're like this one, I just swing that secondary scale out of the way. I just move the pivot out just enough to get it to clear the crossbar lock. And this is typically how adjusting those go. It just clicks right into place, no problem. Swing the scale back, push your pivot back through, and you're good to go. All right, so we've got this thing back together. Double check the pivot. Yep, we got the pivot back in. Oh yeah. So the lock bar was a little too squishy for me. So I wanted it to have a little more tension on it. I tightened up the pivot a little too much. Let me get it redialed in. There we go. Yeah. So it's got a little more spring action to it when you're... Yeah, that's much better. All right, so there's our first pop of blue on the knife. I think that looks amazing. So now we are going to take care of these. So I'm not sure which side is which. Unfortunately, the first generation ones did not have Torx holes in them. So the new ones have little spots for T6. The original ones did not. So I'm hoping that I can just simply twist one side off with a pair of pliers, but I don't really have a good way of grabbing a hold of it. So we're going to just have to use the old needle nose and a little bit of protection to keep them from getting scarred up or marred up. So let's see here. Hopefully this will work. Or not. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this stuff on the camera. So this part's probably going to get fast forwarded, so just good enough anyway. That is all she took. So get those off of there. Get all this junk out of the way. And bring in the new. Where'd you go? Bear with me, I dropped it. All right, got it back. So we will go ahead, set this side in. Get my T6 out. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote. So that is a very simple, long-awaited upgrade. I have been waiting on word about this for just a little while, but I am extremely happy with how that turned out. And I know I know of at least 2 people that are going to be screaming at their phones or screaming at their TVs. No, Brian, why did you get rid of the orange? Looking at you, Zach and Luke. But, you know, for me, I think that right there looks downright beautiful. So, hopefully you guys agree. If not, you're wrong. Just kidding. Alright guys, appreciate y'all watching. As always, be kind, be humble, be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.